So I was just looking at the calendar and realized we've been missing some important days without mentioning them. So because 2 days ago or 3 days ago was the appearance day of Srila Bhaktivinode Thakur. We completely forgot, and it was also the disappearance day of Srila Haridasa Thakur. And yesterday, no, I guess it was 2 days ago. 2 days ago was the day that Srila Prabhupada took sannyas, which was very important because Srila Prabhupada would not have come and done what he did here and preached around the world if he had not taken sannyas. So that's also a significant day. So therefore, rather than trying to do the regular Srimad Bhagavatam class, which won't leave any time for anything else, I'll try to speak something on these three great personalities. And because it was the disappearance, a few days ago was the disappearance day of Haridasa Thakur, so we always sing this song, Saparshada Bhagavat Viraha Janita Vilap, which okay. So I'll sing and you repeat, and then I'll try to speak a little something of each of these great personalities and the events that. Okay. Yayanilo Premadana Karuna Prachur Henu Prabhu Kota Gela Charya Thakur Kaha Mora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatan Kahadasa Raghunatha Patita Pavan Kaha Mora Bhatta Juga Kaha Kaviraj Ekakale Kota Gela Goranataran Pashane Kutibo Mata Anale Pashibo Goranga Gunera Nidhi Kota Gile Pavo Se Sabha Sangira Sange Jai Koilo Vilas Se Sangana Paya Kane Naruttamadas. And the translation. Okay, I'll read each slide in English, and then we can do it in Russian too. He who brought the treasure of divine love, and who was filled with compassion and mercy, where has such a personality as Srinivasacharya gone? Where are my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatana? Where is Raghunath Das, the savior of the fallen? Yeah, you can. For those who don't speak English. Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all these devotees, in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottama Das simply weeps. Cries. Okay, so and we sing this song on the disappearance day of the Vaishnavas, including Vaishnavas who, including Vaishnavas in ISKCON, not just the previous ones. So this particular song was written by Narottama Das Thakur. And he was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. He wrote many songs, devotional songs. And he wanted to, he very much wanted to associate with Lord Chaitanya. But just when he went to where Lord Chaitanya had been to get his association, Lord Chaitanya had already left this planet. He had already left this world. Narottama Das Thakur he when he with great difficulty went to find Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya had already gone. He was no longer present. And then he wanted to associate with the Goswamis of Vrindavan. But Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, others, they had already also left this world. And the other close associates of Lord Chaitanya, they also had left. So he was feeling very, very much broken because he was feeling very much broken and unhappy because he could not either associate with Lord Chaitanya or any of these great associates of Lord Chaitanya. So, normally we would have a regular Srimad Bhagavatam class today. But we've actually missed a few very important days. 3 days ago was the appearance day of Bhaktivinode Thakur, and it was also the disappearance day of Srila Haridasa Thakur. So we cannot speak too long, and I do want to open for questions at a quarter after. So Bhaktivinode Thakur, I will speak something. Before Bhaktivinode Thakur came, Vaishnavism was very much misunderstood. There were, after Lord Chaitanya left, there were many, we call it deviant sampradayas, we call. They were all claiming to be following Lord Chaitanya, but they were actually not following. So the opinion and the general opinion about Vaishnavism was very low. So Bhaktivinode Thakur, his great contribution was that he, through research, through writings, he brought out the importance of and the purity of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. One of Srila Bhaktivinode Thakur wrote in his lifetime about 100 books. And not just 100 books, but 100 books about Krishna conscious books. Many are very important, but 2 of them that Srila Prabhupada specifically mentioned as very important were Jaiva Dharma, and the other one is Chaitanya Shikshamrita. Chaitanya Shikshamrita means the nectarian teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And the Jaiva Dharma is written in the style of a novel. A novel means it's written in the style of a made-up story. But through this story, or two stories actually, Sri Bhaktivinode Thakur taught all the essential teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Not everyone is able to just sit down and study straight philosophy. Even Lord Chaitanya only spoke philosophy directly to his very advanced followers. So Bhaktivinode Thakur, but through that book Jaiva Dharma, he, in a story form, entertaining story form, he taught the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Entertaining means it's pleasing to read, just like you read a storybook. The stories were made up, but the philosophy was pure Lord Chaitanya's teachings. So Bhaktivinode Thakur also helped to uncover holy places of the Lord's pastimes. He discovered the actual birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. There were different opinions people had of Lord Chaitanya's actual birthplace. But he determined the actual birthplace. And Bhaktivinode Thakur also showed an excellent example of how one can be involved in have many material obligations and at the same time dedicate his whole life in Krishna service. Bhaktivinode Thakur was employed at that time as a magistrate, a high court judge. Which is a very difficult and stressful kind of job. Plus, he had a very big family, maybe 8 or 10 family members. Maybe 11. Yeah. So, in spite of all this, he managed to find so much time for engaging in direct Krishna conscious activities. He followed his schedule was he would sleep early at night around 8 o'clock, and he would get up at midnight. And during the night, he would spend so many hours writing books while everyone else was sleeping. And he also chanted many rounds of japa every day. He had a period of a half an hour sometime during the day that he would pace back and forth and make arguments, philosophical arguments to defeat different misconceptions people had. No, he would be it's like rehearsing, like here's people have this kind of misconception, so he started thinking how to how to how to how to defeat that misconception. Yeah, so he would go back and forth and by himself making arguments to how he would defeat the. Well, at this point he was by himself, and he was thinking how to. So he was. Like that. There are actually many things we could say about Bhaktivinode Thakur, but our class is short. We have three personalities to talk about. So we'll stop with Bhaktivinode Thakur and mention Haridasa Thakur. So Haridasa Thakur was also Haridasa Thakur was a personal associate of Lord Chaitanya. And he was born in a Muslim family. And he was externally, at least, he was not very educated either. But because his complete dedication to chanting the holy names of the Lord, Lord Chaitanya made him we call the Namacharya Haridasa Thakur. Haridasa Thakur, just like we chant, we're supposed to be chanting at least 16 rounds japa on our beads every day. Huh? But Haridasa Thakur's vow was not 16 rounds. It was 192 rounds, 300,000 holy names. And it wasn't just one time. It was every day he would chant like that. Throughout the day and the night he was chanting. And still he had time. He found time to go out preaching with Lord Nityananda. Haridasa Thakur was famous for he was so dedicated to his pure chanting. And people around him loved him. But there was one personality, what was his name? Ramachandra Khan or somebody. No, I don't remember for sure. There was one personality who did not like him at all. So he arranged with some prostitutes. One of them came forward and to promise to make Haridasa Thakur give up his strict vows. She asked. She said. She asked for 3 days to accomplish her mission. The prostitute. No. The one person who was envious of Haridasa Thakur hired a prostitute to go to try to contaminate him. So she went to Haridasa's cave where he was living in a cave. Dressed in not you say a provocative way. And she sat there. It was obvious what she wanted. And Haridasa Thakur says, "Don't worry, I will satisfy your desire." He says, "But I have promised to chant, I guess 1,000,000 holy names." So that's like 192 rounds over 3 days or 4 days. So she sat there and waited, and all night he chanted. So then gradually the daylight came. And so she couldn't do what she wanted to do in the light in the daylight. So Haridasa Thakur says, "Don't worry. I couldn't complete my vow last night. Come back tonight, and surely I will complete." And when after I complete my vow, then I will satisfy all your desires. But again, that night he chanted all night, and she again was waiting patiently for him and listening to the chanting and waiting patiently for him to finish. And then, and again he apologized and said, "Oh, I couldn't finish last night, but for sure tonight I will complete my vow. Then I will satisfy your desire.
Я не закончил свои обеты, вот, и, но вот на третью ночь я обязательно как бы исполню свое желание.
So the third night, again, he's very patiently chanting his japa,
И он на третью ночь также воспевал свою жертву.
and she's also sitting there, and and she's actually starting to chant with him because
И она сидела на третью ночь тоже и постепенно она тоже стала воспевать.
she started she started she was becoming attracted by the pure by hearing him chant. She started becoming attracted to the holy names.
Она слушала воспевание Тхакура Харидаса и настолько привлеклась этим именем, что стала сама воспевать этим именем.
So finally, the daylight of the third day,
И на третий день наступления утра рассвета,
he says, "Finally, I have completed my vow."
и он ей сказал, вот на самом деле я закончил свой отец, я воспевал миллион тысяч.
Shishiko Nitai, Shishiradha, Vrita Vihari, Jagannath, Balaram, Lady Subhadra, Vindashigate, Prahlad Maharaj, Ki Jai. So, so he says, okay, now, so tonight I can satisfy your desire. But by that time, she had become so purified by hearing him chant constantly for 3 nights that she revealed the plan which she had been sent there to do.
Как она провела 3 ночи с Харидас Такуром и слышала эти имена, и она настолько очистилась, что она ему рассказала всю историю, что ее подговорили, что его соблазнили.
And she was feeling very much ashamed that she had approached such a personality to try to pollute him.
И она настолько засмущалась, что хотела так же.
And he said, I knew 3 days ago that you were coming. And I knew why you were coming. I knew the purpose for which you came. So I would have left this place 3 days ago, but I stayed here just to help purify you. And so she said, like, please forgive me. What can I do? And he told her, okay, you need to go back, give away all your possessions to the Brahmanas, the Vaishnavas, like that. Give away everything, and then come back here. Thakur, Haridasa Thakur said to the prostitute, you come back here. And he engaged her in also chanting 300,000 holy names of the Lord a day. So of course, Haridasa Thakur, when he did, you have to be totally pure to be sitting with a prostitute for 3 days and not be even attracted to the material enjoyment. And then one other mention about Haridasa Thakur. He there's a book. There's a book that was written by Srila Bhaktivinode Thakur. It's called Harinam Chintamani. And it's a discussion between Haridasa Thakur and Lord Chaitanya. Sometimes Lord Chaitanya would ask specific devotees, can you tell me about certain things? And in reality, Lord Chaitanya was just also answering the question through the mouth of the devotee. So Lord Chaitanya had this conversation with Haridasa Thakur, asking him about the 10 offenses to chanting the holy names. And in that book, like I said, it's called Harinam Chintamani. And so every day we recite those 10 offenses. But in that book, there's a whole chapter on each offense, explaining each offense. Like that. Okay. Now I got to speak a little about Srila Prabhupada taking sannyas. So, Srila Prabhupada had been several times, he had dreams of his Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, his spiritual master, telling him, you must take sannyas, you must take sannyas. And he also had at least one god brother who was also saying, if you want to preach, you need to take sannyas. Srila Prabhupada said, I was horrified by the idea of taking sannyas. At least in that time in India, taking sannyas, seriously taking sannyas, meant it was very, very, very difficult situation. But for us, Srila Prabhupada's having taken sannyas is very significant. For us, ISKCON in the world, I'll explain. Okay. For us, it's very important that Srila Prabhupada took sannyas, because if he didn't take sannyas, he would never have left family life, and he wouldn't have come to America and the world to preach. Srila Prabhupada could have very easily stayed in India in a comfortable situation for his whole life.
И на самом деле Шрила Прабхупада, он мог оставаться в Индии в очень комфортной ситуации, положении.
But for the sake of preaching Krishna consciousness, he took sannyas and came to America.
Но ради проповеди он оставил свою комфортную жизнь и принял саньясу, чтобы приехать на Запад.
Um, and, um, and of course, we know that Srila Prabhupada underwent many great difficulties coming and also afterwards, taking to preach Krishna consciousness.
И мы знаем, что Шрила Прабхупада претерпел очень много трудностей при принятии саньясы
Um,
на Запад.
Krishna says that, what's the verse? I forget the verse now. But Krishna says, basically the idea is that you give everything to Krishna, and Krishna will carry what you lack. Preserve what we have and carry what we lack. And Srila Prabhupada very much exemplified that principle. Srila Prabhupada came to America with no money. He only came with a few trunkloads of books, Srimad Bhagavatam books. He didn't have. He only had someone sponsoring him for 1 month, and after that, he didn't know what he was going to do. So but because Srila Prabhupada came with full faith in Krishna and full faith in the order of his spiritual master, and he gave everything that he had for that mission. Then Lord Krishna reciprocated by gradually sending Srila Prabhupada everything he needed to spread the movement all over the world. And of course, we are not Srila Prabhupada, but the principle still applies. So if we fully surrender to the spiritual master and to Krishna, and we give everything that we have to give, then Lord Krishna will carry what we lack and make it possible to do things that we would never have been able to do otherwise in Krishna service. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Questions.
Thakur said, then the level of well children and his wife, the question is was this that Bhaktivinode Thakur children was devotees.
All of them. All of his children were devotees. And some were for sure pure devotees. Bhaktivinode Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, for one. Yeah, they were all devotees of Krishna. And his wife was a pure devotee of Krishna. Yes.
The question is like Thakur Haridasa, he requests like disciples to accept this ladies like become disciples of Thakur Haridasa, but except this maybe somebody else was disciple of Thakur Haridasa.
I don't know of anyone who is said to be a disciple of Haridasa Thakur, initiated disciple. There may have been. I don't know of anyone right off. Any other questions?
You guys can also call me the Hoodie. Yeah, that's my name. And